Welcome to our first class of logo design. In this class, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about the introduction to Adobe Photoshop. Just like I said on my introduction to this course, we're going to be having two different separate sections for this course or for these classes. One is going to be Adobe Photoshop and the other one is going to be Adobe Illustrator. So first one comes Adobe Photoshop. Before getting into our classes of learning how to make those logos, we have to learn a bit about how the Adobe Photoshop functions and what are the tools which you're going to use and its interface. So make sure not to skip any part because if you do, you might miss out on something very important. And make sure to always stay connected to your internet so that you get most of the functions out of it. Without any further ado, let's hop onto our class by opening up Adobe Photoshop on our device. As you can see on my screen that I have opened up Adobe Photoshop. I'm using Adobe Photoshop 2024. Now, if you want to try using or whenever you are using any of the software by Adobe Inc., I would suggest you try using the latest version there is. Because when you use the latest version of everything or latest version of the software, you get most of the newest features, you get a lot of bug fixes of that software. So this is how the interface of Adobe Photoshop will look like. First of all, when you open up Adobe Photoshop, it will appear on the home screen or the home platform. So you can see over here we have New File, Open, and then Home. This is where all of your recently worked projects will be available and you can open them up anytime you want. You can also sort them out according to the size, name, and type, and recently worked ones. Okay? And then you'll be able to fix them in an ascending or a descending order. That's going to be basically up to you how you want to work with it. On the right side, you will also be able to filter your recent ones. You'll be able to search them. Let's say if I want to search up for anime, there we go, we have it. So basically, it's going to depend on what type of work do you have or have you done on Photoshop and if it's available on your interface. Then it also allows you to change the viewing angle, not the viewing angle, but the viewing format. If you want it on a listed format, this is how it will look like. If you want it on a grid format or this box type of format, you'll also be able to change it. On the show suggestions, you'll be able to see the features of Adobe Photoshop. It's going to help you to understand more about the newest features available or featured on Adobe Photoshop. Let's go on to the left side of Learn. When you want to learn anything from Adobe Photoshop, you'll be able to use it like this. It will allow you to see the features that are available on Adobe Photoshop and what more you can learn from it. You can see all of these are options. You'll be able to select them and you'll be able to start on the tutorial. You can see get to know layers, get to know the app, get to know selection, and even how to add the image. You don't have to worry about it because in this course, I'm also going to be showing you if you don't have your resources, where are you going to get it from? So this is how the Learn section will work. On the bottom, we have your files. It will show up or represent all your files that have been worked on your account and on your cloud. Now, what is Adobe Cloud? Well, if you worked on Google Drive or OneDrive of, let's say, Microsoft or from Google, you can see that those are kind of cloud drives. You'll be able to save them online and you can work with those elements or work with those projects from anywhere in the world, from any devices when you are connected to the internet and also the cloud. So this is also the same thing. Well, Adobe also has their own type of cloud. It allows you to upload your project and save it up on your account. You will also be able to use it to subscribe to Adobe Inc. It will allow you to use whichever software you want and whichever feature you want to use. Over here, you can see the ones which I've used in a lot of days ago or maybe a year ago. But these are saved on my cloud. So if I just log into my account of this one with any device from anywhere in the world, I'll be able to get the access of it. You'll be able to select up all of them together. You'll be able to see the date it is modified by. You can also fix it up in an ascending or a descending order. If you want to delete any one of these, just click on these three dots and you'll be able to delete them. Not only delete, you'll be able to rename them, duplicate it, move it, select it, and also make it available always offline. Now, one thing about the cloud drive of Adobe is that you will not be able to use this feature when you are not online. So you will be able to save them up on Adobe Photoshop and make it offline, and you'll be able to work with it anytime you want without any hesitation. Over here, you can also make new folders. You can name it up. Let's say I'm going to put in GG, click on save, and a new folder will be created. You'll be able to drag it if you are on an older version, but if you are on the 2024, just click on this three dots, click on move, and you'll be able to save it up over here. Click on move here. It will move that item into that folder. Okay? But one thing you have to keep in mind is that always make sure that you are connected to the internet and make sure that you have your subscription on. Okay? Over here, you'll be able to switch up the formats. You'll be able to filter it out too. You can see using Photoshop on iPad, try Cloud Document. This is also a new feature of Adobe Ink. If you have an iPad, you'll be able to connect it directly to your laptop or your device directly to your iPad. Now let's move on to the next one where we have shared with you. Now, if you're connected to your cloud document, obviously you are connected to the internet. And obviously, Adobe Photoshop has that feature of connecting with people and working simultaneously at the same time with multiple people, okay? Because it saves up a lot of time with increased creativity. If anyone shares anything with you, any document or any project, you will be able to see them over here. It allows you to check what they are doing on real time too. So it is a very important and very advantageous feature with which Adobe Photoshop gives you. Over on the deleted, this is basically the recycle bin of Adobe Photoshop. Not only Adobe Photoshop, you will also have it on most of the Adobe Ink softwares. Let's say I'm going to go off on home, and if I delete any one of them, let's say I'm going to do is going to be selecting this, or maybe I'm going to select this. And if I delete any one of them, right click, and you'll be able to delete it, and then you will basically see it on the deleted folder. Let's go off to my files. Let's delete one of these, delete, deleting one item, go off to delete it, and you will basically see it over here. If you want to restore it, just click on this button, and you will be able to restore it. But if you want to permanently delete it, just click on the delete permanently. It will be totally removed from your cloud drive and also your Adobe Photoshop account. Now let's move on to the most important part, which is Photoshop. When you click on the PS sign, it will basically take you to the interface. We will learn a bit about the interface in just a moment. Let's go back to our home. Now, obviously, you want to start off opening up a project. So what you have to do is learn how to make one. Now, if you want to open up any of the project, you can click on open, and this type of interface will open up. You'll be able to select whichever folder you have on your device, also your drives, and you'll be able to open up anything from let's say any of these folders. When you have selected any of these things, just press on open. It will open up directly onto your workspace. Now I'm going to show you how you'll be able to open up one of those resources. Let's just open up any of the browser which you have on your device. Open up pixels.com. Now, if you want to get resources online, obviously try using the royalty-free sites. Well, Pixels is one of them. You can try using Pixels. You'll be able to get videos and also photos at the same time. And one of the most advantageous feature is that all of them are royalty-free, so you'll be able to work with them anywhere you want. You also have the search bar, which allows you to search for the items which you need and meet up your criteria. Let's say maybe I want this, so I'm going to click on download, and it will start downloading in just a moment. Now, after it will be downloaded, how are you going to open it up? First off, open up Adobe Photoshop, click on open, and you can see this has been opened up, or let's just go off to download, and this is a video, so if I press on that, it will basically just might open up, and you can see that we have reading video format, but let's just open up a photo. Let's say maybe I want this. I'm going to wait for a bit, until this one has been downloaded too. You can see this one is downloading, and you can see this one has been downloaded. Okay, but this is just a video which you can also open up. But obviously in this course, I'm going to be showing you about logos, so you're not going to be needing this interface. So you can also close it up if you want to, just like this, just by clicking on that, and you'll be able to remove it. About this feature of Adobe Photoshop, I really like it personally because it allows you to create new tabs every time without discarding the old one. Okay, so if you want to open up another thing or open up another project onto your workspace, what you basically have to do is click on File, click on Open, and just click on the any resource which you want, and this will be opened up on another platform. And the one previously, which is a video, is right over here. So now you can see how advantageous that is, and you can also close it up anytime you want. Now, obviously, I've shown you just about how you can open up those resources, but how are you going to open up or create a new file? So click on New. It will open up your interface. From here, what you basically have to do is select up any of these presets. Now, there are multiple type of presets which you will find out on this platform. It could be either for your phone, it could be either for film and video, it could be for your website, art and illustration, print, photo, or recent ones. If you still don't want to use these, obviously you will be able to customize it anytime you want. Let's say I want a print and I want A4. So if I click on A4, it will also apply every one of these options over here and customize it on its own. If you want more presets, just click on View All and you will be able to see more. Okay, you can see them on almost all of them. There we go. This is how it works. So I'm going to go off the prints, and if I click on A4, all of these customizations will be applied. You will also be able to find more templates on Adobe Stock. It allows you to see vast amount of presets which you'll be able to use. And one of the most important feature about these presets is that it saves you up a lot of time instead of working up your time on width and height and fixing up the resolution and even the color modes and RGB and the bit depth. So you'll also be able to fix in the width. You'll be able to change it up, but whenever you change it, you'll basically see that it will be custom. You will also be able to change up the formats of what type of measurement you're using. You can use pixels, inches, piecast, points, millimeter, centimeter, according to your need. You can also fix up the height. You can fix up the orientation. You can also fix up the artboard if you want to. You can also fix up the resolution over here. Let's say maybe I want 400. You can also fix in what type of resolution you want, pixel by inch, or if it's pixel by centimeters. Then one of the most important thing is the color mode. Now, if you want to work with basics, always try using RGB. But if you want to get in more of the photo-based, try using CMYK or lap color. It allows you to get more of that raw filter and color-corrected photo. But as we are going to be making logo designs, so I would just suggest you use this RGB color. And over here, we have the bit depth. Well, when you are customizing your bit depth, it's also going to affect up your GPU and CPU. So make sure to keep that in mind. If you have a low-end device, just try using up till 16-bit or 8-bit. But if you have a high-end device or a medium-end device, you can try using whichever one you prefer. But if you want the best, or if you want, let's say, decent, professional, just try using 16-bit. It will also give you of a very professional type of outcome. So I'm going to keep it on 16-bit. You can also fix up, which color your artboard should be. You can change it to white, black, and you can also from this panel here. You can cut it off too. And then we have his color profile. Even on RGB color mode, you'll be able to change up whichever color mode or whichever type of, color mode you want to use. And then we also have pixel aspect ratio. You can also fix them up according to your need. But if you're kind of new to it and you just want to get off to work, you can keep them all default. It's not going to, occur or cause you a problem. Okay. After you're done, just press on create and it will open up that workspace for you. So this is how simple it is. Now, one of the most important feature which you have to do over here when you open up the workspace is go off the Windows, go off the workspace, and then click on Essentials Default. You will also be able to use just essentials if you are working on 2023 or 2022, but you can keep it just the way it is. So I'm going to click on Reset Essentials, and this is basically how it will look like. It will allow you to use all of these tools over here, and it just makes the workspace a lot more easier to work with. Now, let's move on with the interface. Now you can see on the left side, we have all these tools. Well, this section is basically called the toolbar sections. You'll basically find out all of these tools which you are going to be using in this course. Not only this course, you'll be able to use it anytime you want. You can extend it, you can also collapse it anytime you want. Now, over here, you can see couple of these tools has, or most of these tools has this cornered bump over here. This means there are more tools on these ones. If you right click on them, you'll basically see more tools. Right click, right click, right click. Okay? But on this one, you can see there is no bump. That means there are no other tools except for this one. So make sure to keep that in mind. Over here, we have the zoom tool. Over here, we have the edit toolbar section. Click on this button, or right click on this, and then click on edit toolbar. It will allow you to customize your toolbar however you prefer. You can also take it out of these sections and keep it extra. Okay? And after you're done, you can just press on done and you're basically good to go. Over here, we have the swap sections or swap color. So basically, you'll be able to click on them to select up whichever color you prefer. Swap like this, and you'll be able to change up the color anytime you want. You can also try pressing on M or X to try changing it. And this one is going to be the default. So the default color is black and white. Now, if I select on this and if I keep it on red, now I'll be able to swatch it up from red to this color. But what if I want to get back directly into black and white? Just click on this button and it will get back to black and white anytime. Okay? So this is how simple it is. You can also go off to mask mode and also change it up anytime you want. Then we have these options. Basically, it allows you to change the screen modes. There are basically 3 types of screen modes in Adobe Photoshop. Click on one, it will go off to full screen mode. And then we have is the full screen presentation mode. If you want to get out of this mode, just press on escape on your keyboard and basically you will get out into its workspace again. Now let's move on to the top one. This is basically the tab section. This helps you to keep more tabs onto your workspace and fiddle through them and obviously just, toggle through each and every one of those projects. Then we have our D section, which is basically called the properties section. From here, you'll be able to change up different properties, such as width, height, the styles, the feather, different type of formats. You'll basically see that it will change according to which tool you are selecting. Okay? You'll be able to customize it, select it up. Then we have the home button. It basically takes you back to the home section and you'll be able to go through these options again. On the right side, we have our windows. Now, why are these called windows? I'm obviously going to show you. Well, let's say we have swatches, gradients, patterns, we have adjustment, libraries. So what if I take one of these off and close them? Now we don't have any more libraries, but I want it back. So what you basically do is go off the windows and open up libraries again, and it will open up. And why is it called windows? Because obviously you'll be able to take it out and use it however you want. You can also take it up on different groups. You can also open up a whole different section just for it. Okay, this is how simple it is, and you can take it back to where it was too. Okay, so you'll be able to swatch up these options. You'll be able to customize it. Obviously, you'll be able to make more and more over and over again. And obviously, you'll be able to collapse each and every one of them so it doesn't look that big. You can also adjust it up. There we go. I can take it back to where it was. See, this is how simple it is. Navigating in Adobe Photoshop is very simple. You just basically use your scroll key. When you press on Control, you'll be able to go left and right. If you press on the Alt, you'll be able to zoom in and out. And if you press on Shift, you'll basically go up and down. So this is how it is, okay? I'm going to select on this. There we go. On the top part is one of the thing, which is or which has the most features, which is basically the ribbon of Adobe Photoshop. Well, all the software has ribbons. Let's start off with our first one of Adobe Photoshop, which is File. If you want to open up a file, you want to browse, you want to open up, close them, save as, invite people, export, generate, search for stocks, automate, script, import, file info, version history, print, and also exit your software, just go off to this file section, and you will also see the assigned shortcut keys for these commands. Then we have is the edit section or the edit toolbar, not the edit toolbar, the edit ribbon. It helps you to cut, copy, paste, search for, spellings, then fill, the stroke, content aware, generate fill, change of the perspective, free transform, basically undoing or let's say editing everything you have on your interface as your resource. You'll be able to create PDF presets, different presets, color settings, also have assigned profiles, preferences, keyboard shortcuts, menus, toolbars, and everything. Where we're going to go through preferences right after we're done with all of these ribbons. On the image section, you'll be able to adjust your image, apply auto tone, contrast, and color, fix the size of it, fixing the rotation, crop them, duplicate them, apply variables, data sets, analysis, adjustments, and modes. On the layers, we have the layer settings, such as copying. Then we have SVG, CSS, export. Then we have quick export, layer mask, vector mask, smart objects, video layers, group layers, arranging, aligning, linking. Then we also have merge, matting, everything. You will see them on this layer ribbon. On the type ribbon, you'll basically find out most of the typography options or typography commands, such as panels, Adobe fonts, extrude to 3D, match font, font preview, language option, update text layers. All of those will be available over here. Even on working paths, convert to shape. Okay. Then we have a select. The select ribbon is basically how it is or how it sounds. You'll be able to select them, deselect them, inverse, reselect, color range, focus area, subject, sky. Well, these are auto features which you will find out on the newer versions of Adobe Photoshop. Well, if you are using Adobe Photoshop 2020 or maybe 2019 or lower, you will not see these options. So basically you have to keep that thing in mind. Then we have is filter. On the filter, you will basically find out all the filters that are available on Adobe Photoshop, adaptive filters, camera raw filters, lens corrections, liquify, vanishing points, 3D blur, blur gallery, distort, noise, pixelation, and so on. You can also convert to smart filters, apply neural filters at the same time. On the viewing ribbon, you will basically see everything how you can customize your workspace. Let's say you want extras to be available. You want rulers. If you want rulers, you can just click on it and ruler will be available. You can also turn them off anytime you want. You can also click over here. You can also turn off extras. It's basically up to you, whichever one you prefer. And obviously you will find out zoom in and out, 100%, print size, proofing, guides, slices, locking them up, clearing them up. All of those options will be available over here. On the plugins, you'll be able to see plugin panel, plugin browsing, and also managing the plugins. On the Windows section, you'll basically see the same things which I've already shown you. Well, you can arrange it up. You can arrange it however you prefer. You can see go off the range. You'll be able to fix out how you want your windows to be. Basically, these are the windows. You'll be able to fix them up in tile, floating, matching, and you can also go off to different workspaces depending on what type of work you're going to do. And if you want more of these windows, just click on any one of them and those will open up onto the workspace. And the last one, we basically have help. If you want to get help directly from Adobe Photoshop, you can get hands-on tutorials and Photoshop help. You'll know about the plugins. And one of the thing about this or Adobe Photoshop when you're working with it is that you have to know a bit about your system. Go off the system info. It will show you about the system information. It will show you about the specs, what specification it has and all. You can copy it if you want to. And if you obviously want to see that it is compatible, so you'll be able to work with it fluently and also fluid. Okay? And you can obviously see what you basically need to do. OpenGL available, drivers out of date. You'll be able to update it and it is recommended. So you'll be able to update driver or whatever it recommends to get the best optimization out of the software of Adobe Photoshop. On the right side or the right corner above the windows, we have the share button. It allows you to connect or share with people. Click on share and it will open up another workspace. Let's say if I click on this and make a workspace or make this, and if you want to share it, you'll be able to share it. You can also search for any element over here. You can discover it and you will be able to use AI at the same time too. And obviously you'll be able to change the windows from this section too. This is how simple it is. If you have customized all of your workspace and you still can't find anything, you can just click on reset essentials. This will get back to how it basically was. Now, the last thing which we need to know is about the preference. So go off the preference just by clicking on Edits ribbon, go at the bottom and click on Preferences. Click on General, and this type of interface will open up. Now try using the same type of options which I've kept it turned on. Auto show the home screen, export to clipboard, resizing image, always create smart object while placing. You can also turn it off and on if you want to. Then we have is the workspace. Keep turning on auto show hidden panels, open documents as tab, large tabs, enable floating. Okay, then let's go off to, let's say, tools. You'll be able to customize your tools if you want to. You can go off the interface and customize it according to your need. Then you can also go off the cursor. You can fix it up if you cannot find the smoothness in your working or in your project while working. Then we have this image processing. Just keep both of them on faster, not on stable. Because obviously, if you have a higher end device or a medium end device, just keep it on faster. But if you are on a low end device, just keep it on more stable. Okay. It will adjust itself to your specification of your device. And over here, device quicker result, just keep it on quicker result. Okay. The last thing which we need to do is about the technology previews. Just keep it on precise preview of 16-bit document. It will allow you to get the best professional type of outcome out of Adobe Photoshop. And also turn on enable preserve details 2.0 upscale so that you'll be able to upscale up your elements and it would not lose any resolution. Okay. And you can also go off file handling. You can fix it up too, but I would just suggest you to keep it just the way it is. And after you're done, just press on OK. And basically now you know everything about the interface and overview of Adobe Photoshop. So hope you understood about everything in this class. If you still have any confusion about any part of this class, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. Just make sure not to skip anything, okay? And let's move on to our next class of logo design with Adobe Photoshop.